Hi, I'm Josh Grimm. Welcome to another episode of On the Couch with the ViewPoint. Today we're joined with Elizabeth Johnson, here to talk about end of the semester stress. Thanks for joining us, Liz.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot of students are stressing out about the end of the semester, graduating, failing classes, if it's maybe their last semester. So how do you help them with that?
Yes, the end of the semester is a very busy and stressful time. Lots of projects, tests, grades kind of like, am I gonna make it kind of thing. So a lot of the advice I would give to students, or when they come see me to talk about what do I do, is get organized, know your deadlines, use your planner, plan your time, kind of approximate, say, okay, this paper is gonna take me 3 hours to write, plus I need to go to the writer's clinic, plus I need to edit sort of thing. And so using that time, planning it out so you know what do I need to get done and what are my deadlines, because it just seems like there's so much going in, but when you take some time to step back and really write it out and determine that, it maybe seems a little more manageable. And so also working with your faculty, working with your instructors, knowing exactly if you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna fail this class, but I'm not sure, having that conversation. It can be a little scary, a little painful to hear, I'm sorry, Josh, you're gonna fail this one, or it's real close, you need to get this grade, but it's good to know exactly where you stand, because it may be you think you're going to fail, and your teacher's like, no, you're gonna probably get a B, you're doing better than you thought, sort of thing. And so knowing where you stand to then know, do I need to study more for biology because I am struggling in that, whereas math, I'm doing okay, and sort of thing. And so helping that to prioritize. Graduation is always a very exciting time, but it can also be stressful, especially if you're in your last semester and one of your grades is kind of on the bubble, sort of thing. So again, having those conversations, knowing where you stand, knowing what you need to do by the end of the semester, your expectations, time management, and taking care of yourself is also huge this time of the year. Getting out, enjoying the fresh air, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think for me, that was a big thing for me. My first year, struggling to prioritize things and what comes where, because I'm a student athlete too, playing soccer. So then that adds that in that too. And I think that is the main thing, because I cannot keep straight, so. And then, like, some people just think it is like the end of the world, like when it comes to that point, because I know I have a lot of sophomore friends and they're getting to the end of things, and like I just talked to one today and he is failing a class, so and it's a gen ed, so like, and then what would someone do if they're in that situation?
Yeah, if they're in the situation where graduating semester and they're failing a class, they need it to graduate. Again, the first thing is talking to the faculty, saying, is there anything I can do, or what can I do? Is there any chance of me passing this class? Because we are past the last day to drop, so you gotta stay in it. Stay in it and learn what you can, because we have a lot of summer classes. It could be something you could take in the summer, retake. What that does is you have a failing grade in your GPA right now, you retake that class, we'll say you get a B in it. That takes your GPA from having an F, which is a 0, to having a B, which is a 3, and it gives you a big boost in that GPA. So you take it in the summer maybe, or the fall semester, or whenever works next for your schedule, and then you graduate. We graduate students in the summer, we graduate students in December. We only have the one ceremony in May, but you can still graduate, get that diploma that says, hey Josh, you did it, congratulations, and go to your next step, whether it's the workforce or whether it's transferring on to a 4-year school.
I think that's good to know, and for others to know as well, because I didn't even know that you could just graduate like that. Like, I was kind of worried, like, if it would happen to me, I'm going to have to wait a whole year till May again.
Nope, you'll graduate. We graduate students can graduate in the summer, get what we call their degree conferred, is the fancy language for it. You get your diploma in the mail, it's all official. You can go on to your next step, and if you still want to walk in the ceremony, you're welcome to come back and walk the following May with us. So.
All right, so.
It's not the end of the world.
What do other students come to you, like, with some other problems at the end of the semester besides the graduation and failing? Because it's a big thing, and there's finals as well. I mean,
yeah. There's something about the month of April that is a challenging month, and I think it's because the end of the semester's in sight, but it's still pretty far out there. And we are tired of being cooped up all winter, and we're finally getting nice weather. And You as a soccer player, I'm sure you would rather be outside doing something active than sitting indoors studying. As a runner and a cyclist and a grad student, so I'm taking classes, I know your pain. I would rather be outdoors doing that stuff too. And so, you know, a lot of what we come with this time of year, I think, is the stress of classes, feeling overwhelmed. Fall registration just opened, summer registration is open, and so helping students get registered for next semester classes. We're just coming off of a break. We just had spring break. And sometimes with that surfaces, especially because it's around a holiday, surfaces family issues. And so sometimes students will come to talk to us about that because it's kind of getting in the way of studying or whatever the case may be, or students are coming in going, I'm not sure if this is the right major for me. I'm a business major, but accounting just didn't go so well this semester. Is this the right major? That sort of thing. So we really see a variety of student, I don't want to say issues, concerns, questions this time of year, and just when I think I've seen them all, I get another random one.
I mean, because a lot of troubles can arise because it is a 2-year school, so then we have 2 years to kind of figure it out and everything. So how do you help students with the speed and the transition of a 2-year school, maybe to move on to another school or just to continue schooling here?
Yeah, so with being a community college, it is typically referred to as a 2-year school, and that does go very quickly. It may not feel like it at times, but when you look back, it goes very quickly. And I think some of that is letting students know, just because it's a 2-year school or a 2-year degree, you can extend that over 3 years, because some of the majors that we have, some of the programs, students will take 18, 19 hours, and then it's things like labs that are in there or extra work that it's like you may only be in class for an hour, but you got to spend 3 more hours working on your graphic design project a day or whatever it may be. And so I think getting to know students, building that relationship, asking the questions to say, would it be best for you to extend this another semester or another year even, sort of thing, to make it more manageable for you. We try to prepare students as much up front as much as we can with fall orientation and other events, and helping them, you know, understand college and the transitions of maybe mom and dad or guardian aren't waking you up in the morning anymore, and you've got, if you're living on campus, thankfully somebody's still making your meals, you don't have to do it, but if you're off campus, you know, making your own meals, that sort of thing. If a student plans to transfer on to another school, even their first semester, we always say start looking, start researching, narrow it down from 100 colleges to 10 colleges to 5 colleges, and find the one that's right for you. And we encourage that right away the first semester to allow you as the student the most possible time. Now we know that maybe as a soccer player, you're kind of like, well, I want to go play somewhere else, so it'll depend on where I get recruited or sort of thing. But so then you can make the most of your 2 years here. If a student's planning to enter the workforce after their 2 years, we have a great career services office that helps with resumes and cover letters and mock interviews. And so if a student's making the transition into the workforce, helping them through that process, because I still am going, oh, cover letter, how do I do that again? That's my resume, it could be better, sort of thing. And so helping students use the resources on campus to make their transition to college as well as to the next step as easy as possible, because we've got a lot of great people to help out with that.
Yeah, what is your favorite part of your job here at Northeast?
My favorite part of my job, I love all the people I get to meet. I know it sounds very cliche, and all the different passions that people have. Get to build relationships with a student. I just spent 20 minutes talking with a student about fantasy football, which was a lot of fun. Learning the few things I did as I came in to come to this interview with the couch, sort of thing, is so exciting to me, because I love seeing people who are passionate about what they do. And I'm never going to have the skill set to interview, run the camera, do the editing, any of that. But seeing people who are really excited about that and ready to take that into the workforce and go after their dream job, I love helping students do that, and just getting to know them as individuals and seeing them succeed. I'm at graduation every year, And I just love it because sometimes I'll just see a student once who's in a horrible spot in their life for one reason or another, talk to them, and I always kind of go, I wonder what happened. And then they walk by me at graduation. I'm like, oh, they made it. That's so exciting. And sometimes you'll have a student who you just really get to build a great relationship with, and it's just as exciting to see them walk across the stage at graduation. So I think seeing really the successes of our students is the best part of my job.
So then what would you say to a student who's maybe cautious to come to you for help, or is just too scared to come to seek help for themselves, or is too nervous?
We're not scary, I promise. You don't get in trouble when you come to our office or anything. I once had a student who said, well, with a name like Elizabeth Johnson, I thought you were going to be like this 80-year-old mean woman. And I'm like, seriously? She's like, your name just made you sound old. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm not. So I think asking for help, especially asking maybe an adult who's a stranger, can be really overwhelming and really intimidating. Don't let it be. It can be one of the hardest things you do, but it'll be one of the best things you do. Everybody here at Northeast, not just in our office and advising and academic support, but everybody here at Northeast is here because we want to help our students be successful in life. And so even if you don't know what it is you need, we can help ask really probing questions to figure out what it is you need and then connect you with the right people, walk you over there and introduce, so it's not like, oh, I just asked one stranger for help. Yeah. Now I got to go ask another one, but introduce them to you, and so you can at least start to build that relationship and get the help you need, whether it's tutoring or from your instructor. We have counseling, disability services. I mean, we got a resource for everything.
Thanks for joining us, Liz, today. It was really insightful, and I think a lot of students can take a lot from today, so thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.